up, guys? And I'm back. Sorry I haven't been uploading recently, but now I'm gonna be uploading more because it's winter break. And, I ain't got no responsibilities that come with school. So um, I'm gonna be uploading more. And what was I gonna say? This is What If Naruto had 10 Tails Part 1, and this is gonna be replacing What If Naruto had was a full Uzumaki. So let's get into it. And we start at Hashi, no, the Sage of Six Paths. And this is basically when he's finna split up the Nine Tails, basically. Up in the Ten Tails up into Nine Tails, basically. So Naruto, not Naruto, Hashirama, the Sage of Six Paths, sorry, sees the Sento's basically crying, and nobody actually ever knew that the Tentos could have feelings, basically. And they are just now figuring this out, basically. And Naruto, he hears, no, not Naruto, so the, Sage Six Path decides not to split it up. He just decided to um, keep it in a specific clan so they can take care of it. And this makes us go up to the Uchiha clan and the Sigil clan war. And this basically, we're going to their war because the Senju are scared of the Uchiha trying to take their Tentos. So they pass it on to a blood relative clan. And this is the Uzumaki clan. So that leads up to Kushina ending up with the Tentels. And uh the and then this ends up with Naruto becoming the Tentels jinchuuriki, exactly like how he did become the Nine Tails. But in this, the Tentels destroys not more than half of it. It's only a quarter of the village left by the time the village destroys it, and he basically kills the third Hokage and the fourth Hokage. So, and Naruto, since we're gonna say the Uzumaki clan has great amount of chocolate too, just like the Uzumaki. So Naruto, he's gonna be able to hold the full Nine Tails, the full Ten Tails, unlike he did with the Nine Tails. So Naruto, yeah, he basically does that now. And basically by having the full Ten Tails, you get that pale skin and like hard skin that Obito has and the Rinnegan. Like when Obito absorbed the Nine Tails, he had that really hard white skin. Yeah, Naruto basically has that, and he has the orbs on his back. So Naruto, he basically is like that now. That's what he looks like so far. So Naruto, he's like 6 now. I found out. I think now that they start the academy when they're 8. So Naruto, he's 8. He knows Almighty Push and Almighty Pull already, and he trains really hard. Like he's really good at Shuriken. And we're gonna say the Rinnegan is able to. It allows you to copy ninjutsu like the Sharingan does. So that's gonna be important later. So Naruto, he can do that technically now. So he's OP, low-key. For Guinea, he's OP. So Naruto, he starts the academy, and he's not showing his strength like that. He's not even trying in the academy actually, but he's still above Sasuke, so he still ends up. We're gonna pass until they're at the finished with the academy, and Naruto, he's basically I mean, beginning of the year, and he's able to even beat Sasuke. So Naruto, he's better than anybody in the academy. So he's rookie of the year basically, and he graduates first, and Sasuke graduates second, and then the rest is as in canon. So Naruto, he in these past years has learned. Sorry if you hear that big buzzing noise in the background. That's an alarm. I'm finna close my door so you don't have to hear it. Sorry. So Naruto, he basically now has the ability to control puppets. Like, I mean, he has the ability to make the chakra, like sticks of chakra that uh Nagato used basically, and he can make those now. Just make those. So Naruto, he uses those a lot for weapons instead of swords. So Naruto, he graduates like, and then he gets put on. I don't know what team I want to put him on. Wait, hold on, let me think. I don't know. What team should he be on, guys? Cause he's not gonna be on Team Sasuke. What? Should he be on Team Sasuke? Okay, I'm gonna say he graduated earlier than they did. He's put on a higher team, like another team is basically Shikamaru. I mean, Yuki, Nara, Shikamaru's big sister, and um, Popo, Popo Uchiha. He's another surviving Uchiha. We're gonna say he survived because he just wasn't there. And um, yeah, and then it's Naruto. So that's who it is for now on that team. And their sensei is gonna be Namaki Senju. So Naruto, he's on that team, and they basically tell Namaki their goal, and their goal, Naruto's goal, he doesn't, is to be respected. It's not to become Hokage. It's just to be respected altogether. Like his dream isn't specifically to become Hokage to gain respect by the village. It's just to be respected because he's hated way, way more than he was. Like, people try to kill him all the time, but they can't penetrate his really hard skin with regular weapons, so it's usually up to no avail. Like, one time, somebody actually used a Joni actually used a really powerful jutsu on him that almost killed him, but he's just not dead. It just didn't kill him. So, Naruto, that's his goal. His likes are nothing but training, and his dislikes is everybody in the village. In the village, technically itself. So, and that's his. And Popo James is to kill Itachi just like Sasuke. Because we're gonna say Popo is is the middle child of Fukaku and Mikuto. So that's his goal, is to kill his big brother. He just flat out says big brother, unlike Sasuke did. So yeah, that's what his goal is. And then Naruto's, I already said Naruto's. What else? Yuki, Shikamaru's big sister's goal is to basically become the strongest co- girl ninja. I don't remember what they specifically called the girl ninja in the Shinobi world, but I know it wasn't Shinobi. So Naruto, he's interested by their goals, but not them as a person, basically. So Namaki, they ask what his goal is. He says that's classified information, but he might as well tell them anyway, since they're all qualified as Chunin already level. But he tells them that his goal is to find his mother one day, and his mother is Tsunade Senju, since he's a Senju. I don't know if I want him to have what's out yet though. So he tells them to go ahead and rest because they're gonna have a test tomorrow. They're gonna have a test tomorrow to get for a teammate teamwork test because he already knows they're strong enough to be Chunin, so there's no point of testing them to see if they're worthy to be getting. So he just decides that he's just gonna test them all together. So that's their test instead of the Bill test. And Naruto, he gets ready, he's training, and he figures out that he has fire style and he has fire style for now and lightning style. He has fire style and lightning style. So Naruto, he is basically plotting on something that he can do to help his team instead of being useless. Because Naruto, he actually has been listening to what the villagers call him recently, and he heard them calling him a useless demon that all he can do is destroy things and nothing else. And he shouldn't even be alive. The fourth Hokage should have killed him instead of sealing the Naruto Venom. When he sealed the Naruto Venom, he should have killed him. So Naruto, he thinks he's pretty useless, even though he's stronger than probably any other beginning in the world, even in any other village. So they go back to the training field and they see Namaki, because Namaki's never really late like Kakashi is. So they see him and they're ready, and he says start, and they all dash other ways. And Naruto, he decides he automatically activates his Dojutsu, the Rinnegan. And I'm gonna say Naruto learned how to float using the tail beats. His I'm pretty sure Obito was able to float, fly, whatever, by becoming a the 10-tail jinchuuriki. So I'm gonna say Naruto cancer. Oops, sorry. So Naruto, he's learned how to do that, and he floats over to Namaki and hides his presence, so Namaki can't really sense him at all. And then he says, "Ome, push." But Naruto, he's gonna say, since unlike Nagato, he was basically born with the Rinnegan, so he is able to not have the cooldown. I know it might seem too OP, but that's what I'm gonna say. So he says Almighty push, and Namaki gets sent flying, and everybody's surprised that Naruto even has an ability like this. And then he says Almighty pull. He pulls him over to Naruto, pulls him over to him, and he kicks him in the face. And he basically just slumped after that. He can't really move that much, but it's harder for him to move since like he was kicked in the face and what somebody's skin hard as rocks. Like Naruto's skin is probably as hard as a stone itself. So that really hurt. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. That hurt a lot. So Naruto, he decides he's gonna pull up on Namaki and punch him in the face. And Namaki was able to substitute out of this in time for him to live. So Naruto, he sees that Namaki was able to substitute out. So he decides that he's just gonna work as a team with his teammates now, since he's already got his few hits in to see how strong Namaki was. And he kind of thinks Namaki's pretty weak compared to him, but Namaki really wasn't going all out because he didn't expect Naruto to be that strong. So Namaki, don't get me wrong, even though Naruto kind of just beat the crap out of him, Namaki's really strong. Don't underestimate him because you might just die if you underestimate him. What was it? So he meets up with Yuki and Paul, and he sees that they're not able to decide what they want to do, basically to get the bells. There's still bells and stuff like it's not the bell test, but they still using. He's still giving them like bells to find. Well, take. So he tells them a plan, like how they could basically Naruto can almighty pull him and step out the way, so he'll just fly through a tree, and Namaki will, um, Yuki will be somewhere near that tree, so he'll be able to she'll be able to shadow possess him, and then Popo should be able to take the bells. So they agree with this plan, and Naruto he yells, "Almighty pull!" and uh, Namaki starts heading towards him. And Namaki, he's not ready for this because he doesn't know all their abilities. He's never asked or anything, and he doesn't really know anything about them like that. So he flies right through a tree and he gets stuck, and he doesn't know what it is. He's just stuck there, like he can't move or anything. So he's just contemplating on what's happening to him because he has no idea what could be happening. So he ends up getting feeling the bells like a weight lifted off him, and it was a very tiny weight, but it was still a weight. And he hears the jingle of a bell in Popo's hand, and he looks behind him. He sees Popo, and Popo's just there with the bells in his hand, and they pass the test with ease. And then they get to chill, and they basically have been doing D ranks, so like a couple of D ranks for 2 weeks, because they don't have to do D ranks like all the time like Team 7 did, because they're already tuning ranked, but they're just not tuning yet. Like Naruto, he's a very high tuning, pretty high, but no, pretty medium, like a low medium Jonin at this point. And these 2 weeks, Naruto's seen basically Popo training, and he's learned from using his Rinnegan. He's learned the fire style, the great fire style, and the dragon missile, the fire style dragon missile jutsu. And he's interested by this jutsu, and then with his lightning style, he's been trying to make up stuff himself, and he's learned how to basically cover his body in lightning. Little does he know, it's basically already a technique. It's the lightning cloak. He's basically remaking the lightning cloak, but better because he's adding wind to it. But he usually only does, we're gonna instead we're gonna say he's learned a new style that he has. He's eventually gonna end up with all 5. So Naruto, he learns that he has the wind style, and he's learning how to cover his body in wind to make him go really fast, and he can amp it up. He's basically at stage 1 right now. There's gonna be different stages, and there's gonna eventually be another cloak that basically uses way more chopper than he usually would use. But for now, he only has half of stage 1, and half of stage 1 is basically at least speed with the weights, so it's pretty fast, but not fast enough. Like if Sasuke, no, a little bit slower than that actually. So he's not that strong, not that fast with it. So Sasuke was able to awaken his three-toner right now. He was fighting Naruto with that cloak. The half of the first stage, he would be able to beat Naruto. Not beat him, but track him. Like he would be able to see him with these. So this is where I'm gonna end it off. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss when I upload another video. Peace. Boom.